In this video, I'll be reviewing your Pokemon, and more specifically, this is a submission by SH Vard in the nirtheart Discord server in the Pokemon Sleep category. There we go, the pointer. In the YouTube My Mon text channel. Now, the nirtheart Discord is a Discord server which you get access to by becoming a YouTube member. And in that first month, you get lifetime access to the Discord. So even if you end the renewal of the $2 or your local currency equivalent, if you end the renewal within the first month, you still keep the access. And then you get early access to the videos and priority reply to comments. Now, as a special offer on top of this, for the month of September and October 2024, I am also going to be reviewing 3 Pokemon if you post them here in the YouTube My Mon text channel. And so this video is for SH Vard, who has submitted 3 Pokemon. So we're going to have a look at them. The first Pokemon is Quaquaval, nicknamed Powerhouse. It is level 30. It seems to have been evolved twice, and the inventory is 29. So this has less than, what would that be? Yeah, 200 hours. So the first subskill is Skill Trigger S, which is kind of interesting. Overall, Quaquaval is probably not a Pokemon you would care too much about in terms of its skill. And the nature is lonely, which is kind of nice. Overall, you probably would want a nature that increases ingredient finding over speed, but speed helps everything, so it's still very valuable. And then, yeah, we have a helping speed S at level 25, and level 50 we have the helping bonus. So in addition, we have, well, we can just plot this in for now, and we have the inventory L. The thing I wanted to point out here is there's something very cool about the placement of these. We don't really need to consider this inventory, but the level 75 here comes in handy for a specific reason. It blocks this skill trigger, which we do not want to sub-skill seed, and allows you to get a 100% chance of sub-skill seeding this to helping speed M. And at that point, we can hide this one, because you probably won't be looking at level 75 anytime soon with this Quaquaval. And this is what we got for us. So, a very fast Quaquaval. Quaquaval is already among the fastest Pokemon in the game. 43 minutes is decent. There are a few Pokemon that are 40 minutes and faster. So with helping speed M, helping bonus, and the speed up nature, this is quite interesting. Now, the thing that is the most important for the ingredient specialists is the ingredient list. Now, this Quaquaval is an A, B, C ingredient list, which means it has beans, leeks, and oil. And if we are to look at the website, which now that I think about it, I haven't made the page yet for Quaquaval. It's a work in progress, so we actually don't really have a good sense of where this is at. But if I was to guess, you probably don't want oil at level 60. And in my opinion, just a hot take, actually, you may not even want leeks at level 30, because this beans drop here at level 30 is massive. And so if I was to look for a Quaquaval, I probably would not mind too much if it has beans, leek. Though if you do find a very, very busted beans, leek Quaquaval with just very, very nice sub skills, then obviously go for it. But I think there is more nuance to the Quaquaval ingredient list than what first meets the eye. So just be aware of that. And even if you find a triple beans Quaquaval, that could work too. Mono ingredient lists are very strong, and this is one of the reasons, in my opinion, why Quaquaval is a very solid S tier Pokemon. It not only has the mono ingredient list that works, it has the A, B, B ingredient list that works, and it also has the A, B ingredient list that works. Now, personally, if you find the beans, leeks, and beans combo, I wouldn't go for that. That is something I would steer away from. But the final analysis here will be when I have finished the article for Quaquaval and the ingredient list tables so that we can see where we're at, because I suspect like the big difference here at level 30 between 5 beans in value and 2 leeks is massive. It's somewhere around like 150. So like it's significant. So anyway, this Quaquaval is currently at level 30, and in my opinion, Quaquaval is a very important Pokemon, so you want to get it right. I don't know if this one is the long-term invest, despite the fact it has the potential for speed helping bonus and the speed up nature, just because of that ingredient list. So it's just, it depends on your preference. Obviously, it also has the skill trigger S and the skill trigger M and the inventory, so maybe it can do something. Quaquaval is probably not there for the skill. This rate is very low. But one thing that is worthwhile to keep in mind with the Quaquaval, with that skill rate, is the following. We can pop into the comparison here. And the actual Pokemon that we need to compare to is Ampharos. Ampharos is a skill specialist that is super strong, but its skill rate is actually very low. And the reason is the skill itself is super strong. The charge strength M value is huge. So Quaquaval actually has a decent skill rate when you compare it to a skill specialist. And not only that, this Quaquaval in specific has the speed up nature more so than the ingredient finding. And so in that sense, it's kind of a dual purpose type thing, especially if you can get it to level 75 or even level 100, because it had the skill trigger M and the inventory. So while you won't be able to bank 2 skills on this Quaquaval, I think there is a use case here for it. Since it's so fast, it's very focused around the speed and the skills, helping bonus, huge. And Quaquaval overall is a very fast and strong Pokemon, so it's a bit of a tough toss. It just depends on your overall collection. So that's what I would have to say. Like, look, do you need beans? Do you need leeks? If not, maybe this is a good supplemental ingredient Pokemon that also does a bit of skill on the side. Alright, we should hop on to the next Pokemon here, which is Bewear. Ooh, I see the triple corn Bewear. That's what we like to see. In my opinion, I don't know if there are any other viable ingredient lists on the Bewear. Maybe corn eggs. I wouldn't go for the sausage though. Okay, so this is a brave Bewear. Nice nature. I think this is the same as I have on mine. I can't remember. Either way, speed up nature is huge, and it's triple corn. When I assess mono ingredient specialists, I try to look for, well, the mono list. That is 1 point you can just check off on your list, and then 1 or 2 more factors, traits that help that mono ingredient list. And as you will see here, that is exactly what we are looking at. So the first skill is ingredient finder S. That is huge. The second skill is inventory. It's not as necessary, but it's definitely not hurting, because the third skill is helping bonus. And thankfully for this Bewear, the level 75 is skill trigger S. And at level 100, if you can get there, there's helping speed S. Now what that means is before level 25, which it is not, it would have had a 100% guarantee to get ingredient finding M here. Now, I don't know if this is something you were aware of, that you should have sub-skill seeded this earlier, but either way, it's not a huge mistake if it ends up with just a lot of inventory. And it also depends, like if you are free to play, don't spend your sub-skill seeds here, despite the fact Bewear is pretty strong. I think overall this is solid enough to where you can spend those resources elsewhere. But even then, like 2 seeds into here will do wonders, because Bewear is one of the most impactful cooking related Pokemon. So with mono corn, ingredient finding S or M would be pretty nice. Inventory M or L, depending on your luck, with a helping bonus is a home run. So this is called Cornstuffle. That was hard to read, but yeah, Cornstuffle, I guess. Very strong Pokemon. Very happy for you. That is a very nice find. And so we are just going to hop on to the next Pokemon because there's nothing else besides congratulations I can say here, aside from maybe consider the subskill seeds. If you're premium, for sure, go for it. Huge home run. If you're free to play, I don't know. It depends. Maybe you can make some cooking strategies around it as it is even stronger, because you can see here how big that jump is. It goes from 23 at base to 27 by just having ingredient finding S. Now, if you put ingredient finding M on here, it jumps all the way to 31. So almost 1/3 of your procs will be just handful of corn. So it's level 38, by the way. We can mention that, and it's been evolved once. And with the inventory M, it seems to have 200 hours on it. So that is the final assessment of what... No, you can't see anything because I put the wrong window on. That is awful. Oh man. How much of this video is ruined? I don't know. Okay, I think we're just gonna call it as is. And then if it's absolutely horrible, ask me for a retake. SH board. I'm very sorry about that. I had my eyes on the widget and not on screen. I don't have a co-producer here that can call me out while I'm sitting here, so at the very least, I think the talking should be standing on its own, and this is what the Bewear actually looks like. Alright, we will hop to the last Pokemon here. So, we have a Venusaur. Ooh, triple honey Venusaur. I like what I'm seeing. So very quickly, we're gonna reset these. So we already know the ingredient list. I spoiled it. It's huge. Mono honey on Venusaur is amazing. And hopefully there are some good traits here as well. So currently it's 51, so this better be good. Presumably evolved twice. Now, yeah, I think this went twice. And the inventory is 33 with no more inventory. So this maybe has 1,000 on it. It does. It's under 2,000. That's crazy. So the first trait is helping speed S, and the nature is lonely. That is a huge nature on the Venusaur. I would personally prefer ingredients up on Venusaur just because the ingredient rate is so high already that you can push it close to 50%. But there is a limit to how much you can hope for in a mono ingredient list because it's already a 1 in 9 chance of happening. So mono list, 1 or 2 factors that amplify that list, and then you can just call it a day and be happy. That's at least my opinion. So we have skill level up S here, and the ingredient finding M. So wait, ingredient finding, my bad, S. Got ahead of myself. I was like, yeah, just dump all the seeds into it. But yeah, so you have some speed, you have the speed up nature, you also have the ingredient finding S, as well as the mono honey list here, and that is a huge home run. And actually, this is a kind of interesting case where you might even consider the main skill. Now, it very much depends on your playstyle, what your future goals are, but even a 2% skill rate here with the other traits coming up, just like at level 100, this is a very nice Venusaur. So it also depends a little bit on how the game progresses, but this is what it looks like. So at level 100, maybe this is one of those Pokemon, even as an ingredient specialist, you zoom it to level 100, because you will then be looking at least main skill level 6. You have a potential skill trigger M tucked in here, maybe an ingredient finding M in there, and also a helping speed M. You have 2,000 hours on it at least. And I mean, 3% skill rate is not a whole lot, but this is a fast toad and it's got a whole lot of free seeds to begin with. So yeah, just something that you may want to consider, but at the very least, just as a strictly speaking ingredient mono Pokemon, very nice. So congratulations again. I think the Bewear for sure, and also this Venusaur was a big home run. Not so sure on the Quaquaval, so that's going to be up to you. It had some interesting quirks with the skill rate as we looked at. We compared it to Ampharos, and that's where I got stuck on the screen, I think. Yeah, that was unfortunate, but hopefully overall you've gotten something useful out of this video, SHVard, as well as the rest of you watching. And yeah, you can leave a big old thumbs up on this video if you found it interesting. And I'll see you around in another video sometime. Thank you for watching.